Hello, hello. Welcome back or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate with deep within, or you're fighting this story in any sort of way, or it just doesn't make sense, please leave it behind for the souls that it's meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from whatever is not yours. And so it is, my friends. I have been wanting, this is, I think, the third run for this because my camera keeps shutting off. So I'm going to go with this flow. So at the heart of this reading, we have third house communication. And it makes sense because I realized shortly after I started doing this reading that we are actually in the Gemini season, which is the ruler of this third house. And I also got this feeling of this expression that you currently have. It feels like you've been very empowered. It feels like you've come to a very rooted, grounded sense of your identity and who you are. And it also looks like you're currently in the phase of, where do I want this to go? How do I see myself now that I know that this is who I am? And then we move into some of the things that you may not see coming. I think because you're in this, what is the bigger plan, and you are looking for this grander vision, that what you don't see coming is what you are going to create from this new identity and this new kind of found authenticity that you have. And it's not just that you have this authenticity, it feels very much like, again, I said, very grounded and rooted in it. It gives off this emperor type energy where you are disciplined, but it's not discipline like I'm not going to have fun or whatever. It's discipline to the principles or to the mindsets that you have now come to realize are true or that resonate for you. And so, again, what you don't see coming, I feel like, is this very, very deep passion. Because beneath this identity lives this passion for you to create. Okay. Something feels off. It just, what makes the most sense here is that you really don't understand the depth that you are going to create from. And it feels so aligned because it is the deepest part of you that you've merged. It almost feels like you've merged your shadow side. What I mean by this is it's where you found the gift within the shadow. Meaning when there's something that feels uncertain or creates a nervous system activation or some sort of emotion, you understand that there's a deeper layer underneath that. And this feels like the thing that you're going to create from. And this feels like the identity or the ability even to see that deeper layer that is coming that you don't see. Yeah, it feels like the ability to see beneath the surface. Even though you've come to this authentic expression of yourself, I don't think you understand the depth of it yet. And the wisdom that it will be coming with that is what you create from it. And then we have the key to this communication being abundance. And again, that feels like when you communicate the truth of your beliefs that you feel very passionate about, it creates abundance for you. Okay, what is there more to learn about this third house energy or this identity that you've recently come into a very rooted foundation with? We have conjunction and alliance. So this feels very much with aligning and directing your energy. And it's funny because we'll get to this, but this is coming up with what keeps you aligned. And we have Aries and Act. And it really gives like these three things together very much, I feel like, correspond. Because this is you authentically, this is you learning, right? What you have to learn how to do more of is direct what you know to be true, basically form an alliance with it, a connection with it, and act from it. And when you do this, it appears that what becomes rooted and grounded for you is your perception. Okay, the things that you are uncertain about, when you take this action and you focus on this truth or this identity that you've come into knowing recently, your perception is going to continue to change. And the way that I see this too, and I think this is that abundance, is because you're not going to stay stuck. You're going to continue. It's like if you see something from a different perspective, it will not make you, if you see something that changes your perspective or new information that allows you a greater clarity with a certain perspective you have, that you have the ability to take that in, kind of like this Virgo energy of refining it and elevating your perception, having an even greater perception. And the way I also see this working with your abundance is you have the ability to really connect with people because of this constant shift in perspective you have. So you understand what it's like to have a certain mindset, and when you're acting according to that mindset, you have this understanding and this experience and this wisdom that you can help like people through, is kind of what I'm getting here, because you've been through it yourself. And so your perspectives continue to grow and expand. And what this seems to do for you is help you connect with more people. We have partnership, we have community, we have relationship, we have alliance. And in the center of this, we have community. So it's really heavily on spreading your beliefs out to your partnerships, your community, and acting accordingly. All right, so the resource that you have available to you with this communication is you already have some sort of structure set up. So I don't know if it's a YouTube channel. I don't know if you're involved in a group already in which they're learning from you, from your perspective, or something like this. But you already have a structure set up that is just needing you to be authentic, right? Just express what you've learned into the structure that you already have. And the clock that we have here, we have that 7th house and relationship. I'm being brought to what I wrote on here, which is, what do I learn about myself through others? It's interesting because it feels like you yourself are really going to expand. So it's kind of going back to that tree thing. The more you share with your community and the more reception you get back, it's either going to root you further in your perspective, or it's going to allow you to, like I said, see this greater perspective. But I think there's something magical that comes into play when you're sharing these beliefs through that structure that you've already created, both for you and the person receiving. What helps you stay connected to this communication? We have Chiron with healing. Okay, I'm noticing the stick or wand, it looks like, in the middle, which is giving me that wand energy in tarot. And it gives me this feeling of working out I don't know, there's something. All right, I think we're going to have to come back to the wand energy. I think it's prevalent. I'm not seeing it yet. So let me speak to what I know came through, even though my eyes are drawn to this wand. And because it's one, it feels like an ace of wands. Stay connected to your truth. Stay connected to the truth that you feel is right about these mental constructs and about this authority or identity that you have come into. I feel like it's staying connected to that shadow side. So like and I just mean shadow, like if something doesn't feel certain, continue with the motivation until it connects with you, until you see the truth of the matter with the white snake here. And notice that snake's head is where the tip of this wand is. So I feel like it's like the truth and the not truth is kind of tangled up. What keeps you connected to your authenticity is seeing what that shadow is, seeing where that disconnect is, shedding light on it so that it can become healed or become integrated. It's like either you leave it behind or you integrate it into your belief system in an aligned way, whatever that may mean for you. And then we have, what do you know about it? Feels more like what's revealed to you through this authenticity or this identity, or again this like belief that you've recently come into. And we have the 11th house community. I feel like this truth is you're going to start seeing who your community is, because there are going to be other people that resonate with that same energy. Just like you likely wouldn't have seen or even noticed these other people because you didn't accept it as your truth before. We have something in our brain called the reticular activating system. And its job is to really filter everything that we experience in our day that gets more integrated through the REM cycle of sleeping. But it takes it and it's based on what our beliefs are. So it filters through those beliefs. So what you really integrate and what becomes part of you has more to do with what it is that you are actually believing. So for example, and you may notice this, when you get a particular vehicle that you like didn't even notice before, you'll start seeing that particular, even if you didn't notice before, it's just like you will start seeing that vehicle everywhere because now it's in your awareness. And because it's in your awareness, your reticular activating system allows that information to filter through. What protects this? What protects your identity, especially within the community, because it feels like it can be very lost. I'm really drawn to this rainbow up in this corner, and it feels like it's a rock. It feels like not staying rock solid in beliefs, not becoming unmovable, but really seeing the grander perspective. Hold on. Oh, I had that wrong. What it feels like more of you are solid, which makes more sense. That's why I had to pause, because I'm like, that last message didn't exactly resonate with being open, because right now it seems like you're in the season of really being rock solid in whatever this new belief or new expression, what confidence, whatever it is, that brought really something authentic online within you. But it's your ability to stay rock solid within the perspective of everything else, seeing all of the colors and not necessarily being influenced. You're still the same, but you can still see all of the other perspectives. This keeps you in alignment with yourself, and it keeps you aligned with your authentic expression. I'm also noticing the number up here, which gets down to the number 4. So I think if you can do that, it's really, really going to ground you into this new identity until the next one emerges, right? But it seems like for this season, you've come to something recently, and that is what needs to really be rooted and grounded in before we move in and expand that next kind of authentic expression. All right, my friends. I just want to see, it's like I want to use my tarot, but I don't really have any lingering questions. So, all right, I will leave this here. Does that feel right? Yeah, okay. All right. So, if you felt very seen and supported by this, I ask that you reciprocate that support. My Venmo and PayPal are located in the description, or if you'd like to support me in a free way, liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel does just that and helps expand the amount of people that can reach these messages. I really, really appreciate your support. Until the next whisper, my friends.